Alright, hey everyone, we are just getting ready to start our first match in the top 8. Sitting down is Skylar Stewart on the bottom of the screen, and at the top of the screen is Riley Charlesworth. Skylar's playing the Bant control deck we saw earlier in the day. He's got a lot of control cards. He's got a couple counter spells, main deck, Supreme Verdict, Sphinx's Revelation, Thragtusk, Restoration Angels, kind of all the stuff you expect from Bant control. And then Riley, let's see here, is playing, looks like the Aristocrats. So the Aristocrats is the beatdown deck we saw that Tom Martell won the Pro Tour with. I'm trying to think. He's got Boros Charm main, he's got some Pillars, he's got Dreadbores. So it looks like kind of a little bit more of like a beatdown style deck than what that I think what we're kind of expecting from the white red decks.
Yeah, I mean this is Frontline Medic is pretty. This deck is really interesting.
Yeah, because he's got like Hell Riders and Medics.
Right.
He does not have.
He cut my favorite card in the deck. Scourge deck, High Priest.
Oh, okay. Didn't they say that card was bad though?
I didn't hear that. I heard that it. I have lost to it before.
So I think he just cut all the humans, right?
Right.
So he doesn't have Champion of the Parish. He doesn't have Doom Traveler.
Hold on. It looks like we're not streaming.
Might just have to refresh.
Yeah. Let's check that out.
So we got an ad for us, but yeah. So he's a little bit more. It's kind of weird because I say he's more beatdown, but he doesn't have Champions and Doom Travelers, and he doesn't have Orzhov Charm. He has Boros Charm instead. Let's see.
Okay, so I'm waiting for this commercial then because I actually think that we're not going. Oh, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Sorry for that confusion.
Yeah, so he's a little bit different of the Aristocrat decks, and then Skylar, like I said, the pretty conventional Bant deck. While they're resolving mulligans, we can look at their sideboards, I guess, and try and figure out.
No, let's read their list.
Talk about the top 8 players. Who else we've got in the top 8?
No, let's just talk about what these guys are doing.
Okay.
So we have here's Riley's.
All right. So we did a little quick questionnaire. It's actually up on the Utah Magic Open website. So if you go to utahmagicopen.com, and it's under the news section, and all these profiles are up for the players.
And we have 43 people watching right now.
Sweet. Hi everyone that's watching.
Hey guys, what's up?
Thanks for tuning in. So we are starting off. Skylar's off with the Hollow Fountain, and Riley's off with the Dragon Skull Summit.
Who's favorite? I think that the Bant player's favorite in this matchup.
I don't know. He's got Aristocrats, which is kind of a pain for him to deal with. I mean, he's got. I guess he has. Okay, this is actually kind of funny. So remember how we were talking about how there's no Doom Travelers in Riley's deck?
Just so somebody's asking, it's currently Bant versus Aristocrats.
Pretty much. I mean, he's got 4 Cartel Aristocrats and 4 Falcon Wrath Aristocrats, and he's still got 4 Lingering Souls, 4 Boros Reckoners. The funny thing is like that. I think if Riley had more of the human complements, like if he had Doom Travelers, if he had Champion of the Parishes, I could see that Aristocrat growing into a 5-power creature very quickly and then dying to one of Skylar's 3 Celestia charms.
Yeah.
But he only has Cartel Aristocrat, which he just played here, as an actual human in his deck, I think, besides... Oh, he's Frontline Medic, too. So he has 2 humans for the Aristocrat. Yeah. The Falcon Wrath to power up.
I actually thought Doom Traveler was the best card in their decks at the Pro Tour.
Dude, I was so... Because you know what's awesome about Doom Traveler? It makes Orzhov Charm, which Riley's actually not playing, really, really, really strong.
18 for Skylar here. No, player 2.
So yeah, so I agree. Like the fact that like it turned Orzhov Charm from just a removal spell into a I save my Aristocrat, I pump up my Champion of the Parish. You know, I mean, there's so many things you can do.
It was my favorite thing about their entire deck was just Doom Traveler.
Yeah, because it had so many sweet interactions in the deck.
Exactly. And sacking it was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah. No, there was one game where like he brought back a Doom Traveler with Orzhov. I was like, oh my god, that's so sweet.
Yeah, the first time I was helping somebody test on Moto, and they were like, "What do I do?" They were like trying to figure out the best play. I was like, "You just bring back your Doom Traveler."
Yeah, and it actually makes that pretty relevant. So he syncopates the Cartel Aristocrat.
We're at 18-18 right now.
Okay, so he must have taken 2 from probably one of those shock lands.
I think this is a 2/2, right? From the
Celestia
Charm.
Yep. He actually just made a bear. I mean Skylar does have 5 counterspells main deck, which I think is actually good in this matchup because like, let's see here. Yeah, he's got. I mean, most of his creatures are actually more expensive. Like he has 4 Hellrider, 4 Medics, 4 Reckoners. So I mean, he's got like his threats are expensive.
That Dissipate was really good.
Yeah, his threats are expensive. So like and he doesn't have Cavern of Souls. So I mean, I think his counterspells are actually good in this matchup. Like in the feature match we saw where his Syncopate was basically dead versus Naya Blitz. It's now I think actually a very strong card.
Oh, so we have a guy from Brazil asking us what are the most played decks here in our meta game because where he's playing Aristocrats is the most played deck.
Well, let's look through the top 8.
I think it's just like mid-range and control
mid-range,
decks.
yeah, for the most part. Well, let's see, because they should have written down in their profile what
they're playing.
Yeah, so we've got the Aristocrats deck. We've got Jund. We've got Climb Speaker Bant. We've got Ghoul. We've got Junk Rights. We've got Dark Naya. We've got Dark Naya.
It's just mid-range stuff.
I mean, yeah, I think it's kind of wide open, right? Do we not have any control decks in the top 8, really?
We have a Bant Control.
Okay, so we have Bant Control, but not Esper Control. All right, and he casts Angel with Serenity. And Riley picks it up and reads it and goes, uh-oh, what does this thing do? That is going to exile the creatures. So he just gets, he's like, I'm going to get your 2 guys. And he's like, yep, they're gone. And the knight gets in there. So Riley drops to 12. And are we sure Skylar is not the beatdown deck here? Getting in there with his 2/2 bear, with his knight.
Well, I just think Skylar's favored in the matchup.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's a very slow aggressive deck, right? And I actually don't think he has a way to kill. All right, so double Searing Spear will kill Angel, but I was gonna say I don't think he has a way to profitably kill Angel.
So that was in response to attacks.
No, that was just main phase.
So shouldn't. Oh, so we should be going to 16 here, right?
No, he's at 12 because he Riley untapped in main phase double Searing Spear and then recast the Cartel Aristocrat.
No, I see.
Yeah.
No, we should be at 10 is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, okay. So did he take 2 from?
He took 2 from the knight. He just attacked with the knight.
Oh, okay. All right, so
now we're going to 8 somehow.
If Skylar
he's shocking himself. He's going to 8 here.
Okay, so if he has Sphinx's Revelation, if Skylar has Sphinx's Revelation, I mean he is like in this game, but I don't think he has it. I think he has a Detention Sphere, and I'm not sure what else. Alright, so he just spears the knight. So he's gone through 3 spears already. Gets in there for 2. Yep, there's the Sphinx's Revelation. So he's restocking his hand. I mean, you can whiff with Sphinx's Revelation. You can draw like 5 land in like he could draw like 5 land in a random spell, but Sphinx's for 6 is pretty crazy. So he gained 6 there, right? So he's currently at 22. Alright, so I'm pretty sure Skylar's just firing on all cylinders here. He just wraths, like, I've got 10 cards in my hand or whatever, 8 cards, just wrath your board.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really hard to beat Sphinx's Revelation when that card is so good.
Yeah.
Which is funny because, Blue Sun's either targets people and it didn't see this much play.
We played, I think, a 1-of in some of our blue-based control decks.
Yeah, I played 1-ofs in my blue-based control decks as well. It was just interesting how much more play.
Yeah, like Fiends of Revelation is like, oh, well, duh, you're playing 4 of them, obviously, right? Like, yeah. The funny thing is it didn't see much play initially at the start.
The format had to slow down because of Thragtusk, right? Like,
yeah.
so like what happened was the format evolved to the point where like everyone's just playing like 3,000 Thragtusks.
Sure.
And so you're like, oh, I'm gonna play a Bant deck.
Yeah.
So then the Bant deck came into play, and then they're like, oh, well, how do I Bant? I play Esper, so I'm playing Esper decks.
Yeah. So we've got another Reckoner. Skylar's got an Angel. He has another Sphinx's Revelation. He just shrugs, says go. He's just gonna kill him with Angel, I think.
I think this is pretty much over.
Yeah. So he gets in there.
He's got 2 swings with the Selesnya Charm in his hand, so he's on a 2-turn clock.
On a 2-turn clock. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and again, like if we look at, he has Dreadbore, so he could Dreadbore the Angel.
So we're going to 5 here.
Yeah, he's going to 5. And he already blew. He's already used 3 Searing Spears, right?
Yep.
So he can't double Searing Spear the Angel. So
we're up to 60 people, by the way.
Sweet.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Tell other people what is going on.
I actually don't know what Deering's doing.
I don't understand what the problem is.
Oh, that was weird.
I don't know. All right, so Reckoner gets in there. Skylar shrugs, takes it. Falls back below 20.
It's just game over, right? He
doesn't even need to cast the Revelation here, right? Like,
I'm just saying he just kills him with the Selesnya Charm.
Oh, right, because if he doesn't have Dreadbore, then he's dead. No, he vaulted actually, so he used Vault of the Archangel, so he's back up to 8.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah, he activated Vault of the Archangel, so he's actually keeping himself out of lethal from the Selesnya Charm.
I didn't even see him play the Vault.
Yeah, he played it pretty early in the game, and he's just going to go ahead and fire off another Revelation. So he gains 1, 2, 3, 4. He gains 8 life, so he goes to 27. Draws a Thragtusk, draws a Kessig. The Kessig will kill him. Yeah, and Riley has no answer to the Kessig on the Angel. I don't know if Skylar will go for it. Skylar, I think, sometimes plays really conservatively. Like he.
Oh, interesting note. First Game Haven player on the on coverage.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, look, he didn't even play the Kessig. Look, he's just going for the I'm just going to Detention Sphere, your guy.
What instant speed spell? He can't play Victim because he doesn't.
Orzhov Charm. He might be worried about Orzhov Charm, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, like, you figure the Aristocrat decks play Orzhov Charm, but I think he drew a Dissipate, right? He has a Dissipate in his hand, so he just Kessigs for
it's over.
8. Yeah, I think Skylar could have just killed him that turn, because he could have just Kessig for enough mana and to leave Dissipate mana up.
Yeah.
So, but, I mean, he's got a grip. He's just...
It's over.
Yeah, he doesn't even need to do anything. He just discard and pass. What does that say? Did someone lose?
So we had. They're asking why we don't have store play mats out.
Oh, okay.
Because we couldn't find the second green one. Because we would prefer blank playmats because you could see the cards way better.
Yeah.
But the only playmat in the store we had 2 of our PTQ top 8 playmats.
The nice thing is that this webcam, even though there's some glare on the cards, which kind of sucks, the webcam actually records a much higher definition.
Did he just have the what? Just that was weird.
I mean, he just dissipated the Aristocrat and says,
I thought he was showing him the Aristocrat. I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. So they're shuffling up. We can take a look at their sideboard, see what they might bring in. So I imagine he's going to that Riley will bring in Slaughter Games. So we'll bring in Slaughter Games. I don't think another Boros Charm, I guess. Skullcrack. So yeah, he'll probably go Skullcrack.
Here's the other deck list.
I might have it hiding over here. Let me take a look.
Oh, it's in my hand.
Okay. All right. So
it's fine.
So Riley, I think, is going to bring in 2 Slaughter Games, 2 Skullcrack, and a Boros Charm.
And we're just bringing in 4 Centaur Healers and
2 Faithbenders.
I don't even know that you need the Faithbenders.
I don't even... Does he even need Healer? What does Healer do versus this deck? Like... I don't even think Healer's good versus this deck. Look, like
Maybe it's not.
It blocks Hellrider.
Maybe it's not good.
Yeah, it blocks Hellrider, and
What would you board if you were Skylar here?
I don't know. I
So
actually
he has in his board he has 4 negates, 2 snapcasters, 2 Guru Primal Hunter, 4 Centaur Healer, 2 Rock's Faithbender, and 1 Psychic Spiral. And it looked like he boarded 3 cards. I couldn't tell, but that's what it looked like.
Yeah, so honestly, like, the thing is, because I like counterspells in this matchup. Like, it's completely reversed from the Naya Blitz deck because, like, they're just fundamentally bad in that matchup because he's playing 1 and 2 drops and he has Cabinet of Souls. But in this matchup, like, his curve starts at 3. Yeah, his curve starts at 3 for beatdown. He can play a Reckoner or a Lingering Souls. And Syncopate's good on the draw versus those cards. And Dissipate's good on the draw versus his 4 drops. So I would leave the counterspells in.
I would too.
Like, they're actually good in this match.
Syncopate is really good in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
He has to tap out on turn 3.
Yeah.
Like, just...
Yeah, has to do it.
He doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, and the fact that it's both Syncopate and Dissipate means he can get Lingering Souls, he can get those out of there, he can get Reckoner. I mean, yeah, I do you board anything in? Like,
I probably wouldn't.
I mean,
I consider, is there bad card? Is there cards that you don't want?
Maybe Celestia Charm. Like, maybe you cut a Celestia Charm and add a Snapcaster Mage or something like that. So you can just get more
that
value.
was the card I was looking at. I was looking at Snapcaster. Maybe there's a place where I want Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah, just so you can get a little bit more value on your cards anyways. I don't know. I mean, I think his main deck's actually really, really well positioned versus Riley's deck as it is.
So in Skylar's top 8 profile, we'll go into that for a second. The deck he drafted was Boros for the draft at the beginning of the tournament.
Yep.
His favorite cards in Great Crash are Kingskin Pet and
Syndic of Tides.
Syndic of Tides.
Yep.
The deck he's playing is Bat Control.
With Keswick Wolfrun, so he's flashing for that.
And he says he has no magic accomplishments other than local tournaments.
Yeah, I think he's won a regionals a couple years ago. He plays a lot of WoW. He has a top 4 finish at WoW Nationals. I think he got a top 16 out of WoW Worlds one year. So he's got a couple good money finishes at some WoW events.
Okay.
But yeah, he's a pretty good player. Sometimes his card choices are a little unconventional.
You mean like 3 Farseeks in his band mid-range?
Sure. Yeah, he like I said, some of his card choices are a little unconventional, but I actually think he's a very technically good player. Funny story. So WoW, very similar to Magic. If no one's ever played it before, that's watching. And we were both. We were both in a draft pod together at Nationals, and we were both actually really well positioned to make top 8. This was actually the Nationals. He made top 4, and I made top 16. But we're in a draft pod. We both go 2-0. We play versus each other. We both figure we have the best deck at the table. And we go to game 3. And in WoW, you have more life than you do in Magic because you have heroes. So I think I had like 29 health because I was a paladin or whatever.
Yeah.
And he did 3 points of combat damage to me, and the rest of it he just did to burn in a draft. And won that game, and I just was like, I can't.
Do you keep his hand?
Because he has charm.
Oh, he's ditching.
Yeah, he has charm.
Oh, did he keep that?
Yeah, he has 2 lands and a charm, right?
I didn't see the Azorius charm.
Yeah. But they might actually. Oh, I thought he had a breeding pool. That might be a Hinterland Harbor.
It is a Hinterland Harbor. That's why I was asking if you keep.
Oh, I thought it was a breeding pool. If it's breeding pool, Glacial Forge was like I snap keep that. And yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like I don't know how much pressure Riley can put on. Like he's got plenty of time, right? All right, so there's frontline medic. And
gosh, Wrath is so good in this matchup.
Yeah.
You can just play it on like turn 8.
Yeah, and it's good, right? And he just drew a Dissipate, so now he's got Dissipate online for
everything for the rest of the game.
For Aristocrat, pretty much, right? Because that's the most dangerous card from Riley's deck.
Yeah, I agree.
So he's just gonna chill. I mean, and if Skylar draws a 4th land, and like you were saying, I think he's got enough time where even if he stutters on his mana the next couple turns.
That's what I mean. Like the Wrath is good for so late in the game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. As opposed to the aggro decks where it's like I have to have Verdict or else
exactly.
I'm just gonna die or whatever. Yep, he goes Aristocrat and it gets dissipated. So
we're at 18-17 here.
Yeah, and Medic by itself, it's a 3/3 for 3, right? Like it's not that.
Train Armadons are
Trained Armadon?
Yeah, they're Centaur coursers.
I believe Mike Flores likes to talk about how he played Gnarled Mass in some top 8 Grand Prix deck from Block or something like that. So in some weird format, Trained Armadon is a good creature. Some very weird format.
I mean, there are matchups where Frontline Medic is actually just like unbeatable.
Well, yeah, sure.
So yep.
I think he's just gonna just ambush him with the Angel, and I don't think he can profitably interact. So let's take a look. He's got Spear. He's got Boros Charm.
I don't like 2-for-1ing myself against control decks typically.
No. I mean, that's exactly what Skylar wants, right? He's like, oh, here it comes, Angel, jump in front, and just spins it.
And Riley had nothing. Why would he do that?
I mean, like, Skylar took 2, right? So, like, it's an obvious tell that he is
an Angel, right.
So he has a Reckoner now, which honestly isn't even that good. Like, he can still just block the Reckoner, right? Like, great, my Angel killed 2 of your best creatures.
It doesn't even matter. He has a Zorius Charm in his hand.
Yeah, so he attacks.
Wow, I would have not played that there.
Yeah, he doesn't have any life gain in his hand, right? I don't know. What is he looking to, like, lifelink his
that seems a little weird.
I honestly, mostly because this is the way I like to play with Restoration Angel, I would have just gone beat down. I would have just, like, switched the gears and, like, played my second Restoration Angel and started doing 6 to him a turn.
Right.
I think he does have a Hellrider, though. Oh, and he has Dreadbore. Would you Dreadbore the Faithbender? I guess it's pretty dangerous if you think that...
if you think he's going to untap play Thragtusk.
Yeah, because he's missing land drop, so if he's got, like, a Thragtusk in his hand, that can be pretty bad. And he actually has a second Faithbender, which, you know, 2 Faithbenders is pretty bad in conjunction with each other. And he's thinking about attacking.
I don't understand why he's... I don't get this play. Why are you playing Faithbenders?
Because he figures he's an aggro deck, right? I mean, I agree. I actually, it's really weird, but you know, I don't think you board in Faithbender. Alright, so is this an Aristocrat or a Hellrider?
It's a Hellrider.
Is this even good? It makes all actually all these
guys are going to be indestructible.
Would you have Wrath last turn? Instead of
yes, I would have. That's what I was thinking. I was going to attack with the Angel and just Wrath.
Mm-hmm. And then he probably can't win the game, right?
Ever.
Yeah. So
you got to keep your Faithbender and have a Restoration Angel in your hand, like
yeah.
Can you imagine Wrath then untap play Faithbender? Then Faithbender's really good.
I mean he's still in an okay position. Like he can still just Wrath, right? And Riley's out of gas at that point. Let's see.
We have Riley. We have. It says Skylar is now at 8.
All right.
Okay.
They are. They have better knowledge than we do.
Nope, 11-10 now. I don't know what's happening.
11 to 10. Oh, okay.
Because he's attacking.
Yeah, because he attacked. So, because he's just gonna Wrath this turn. So we will get the life totals updated.
See, and I would have done that in the complete reverse order.
Because if he has Boros Charm, it's a blowout.
Right.
Because he's dead. Pretty much, right? Like virtually dead if he has Boros Charm.
Yeah, I think that's just the. I just done it the other way.
I mean, he does have Angel, so he figures, you know, he might be, again, going for the beatdown or whatever versus Trump.
Yeah, but you didn't really get as much card advantage out of that as you would have in the other situation.
No, it's the same. It's a 3-for-2 versus a 2-for-1, right? So, I mean, it's still just, as they say in Yu-Gi-Oh!, a +1, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah, so it's still just +1 card. And I actually think it's better, right? Because, like,
because you're killing 3 of his guys instead.
3 of his, right? Like again, like when you look at Riley's deck, he has what, like 20 creatures. So killing 3 of his creatures, you know, is pretty good when they're not lingering souls, obviously. So
yeah, killing half of a creature is bad.
Yes. So he's actually the beatdown plan might not work just because he has Vault. Oh, he's just casting. He's just like, man, I'm just gonna do 5 to you. So Riley's currently
at 3. 8, right? He's dealing 8 to him?
Yeah, he's dealing 8, so he's going to 3. He needs like a Dreadbore to kill the Angel.
I don't know who decided to put Fireball on the land, but they're like my favorite person in the world.
You know, I liked Moreland Haunt. I liked cranking out 1/1 flyers, but Moreland has not seen any play now, so Kessig is pretty good.
Why is he shocking? He's going to 1?
Is he going to 1, really? He must have Lingering Souls, so he wants to cast Lingering Souls and not Vault? Or no?
He did nothing. He just went to 1.
So he just attacks, like, attack for lethal. Oh, he has Skullcrack. So
He just
okay.
he was just
All right.
being
All right. So Skylar takes the match.
he was being a fella.
Yeah. So Skylar takes the match. I mean, like we figured, he pretty much had the advantage.
Yeah, a very clear advantage.
Yeah, he did board in his life gain. He left a couple counter spells in. I'm not sure how he's sideboarding really.
Yeah, we can see it right here. We were talking about maybe he boards these in, but
Okay.
we agreed that he probably just doesn't board anything in this matchup.
Yeah, but he might not have known. And this package, the life game package, he figures might be better versus the Champion of the Parish list, right? Because they do play cheaper.
He doesn't
aggressive
know
creatures.
that he's not playing Champion.
Right. As opposed to Riley just playing a million 3-drops and 4-drops, where those creatures aren't as good. So, but he takes it down. So he will be advancing to the semifinals, and we will get you guys another match up here shortly.